Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another TC Golf video. Taylor, where are we at today?
We are at DSP, Dead Solid Perfect, here in San Antonio.
With us today is Tom Covino, head golf professional at Dead Solid Perfect. If you're looking for a spot to get better at golf, look no further than DSP. Tom, what do we have here?
We have a putting mat for the NFL fans and the golfer who loves football, loves golf. So we have a putting mat, Dallas Cowboys today, to show everybody. It's a mat that's 1 foot wide, 10 feet long. It has everything. Tyler and Taylor, we just actually putted a little bit before. You have every type of feature, you have every type of drill that you want to do, and a competitive game of football. Perfect for the man cave or a simulator like this today.
Let's walk through what's in the box, how quickly it takes to set it up, and everything that comes in the package.
We'll do that next. This is the Dallas Cowboy putting mat, and it's not just a box. I know it is, but it isn't. On each side has something very important for the golfer. These are the stats of the pros on tour of the percentages that they make between 3 and 9 feet. These are not gimmies. These are the ones you have to make under pressure. So not only that, but on the other side, it talks about all the features of what makes a great putter on tour. And then lastly, remember, it's with all the different drills that we can do, and there's a football game. That's why there's the football theme here. There's an easy, medium, and a hard version of this, which we'll talk about later. But have fun with your friends playing on this and get better putting. This is the box. This is the Cowboys.
And we've got 3 other teams.
We do. We have the Chiefs, we have the Packers, and we have the Steelers, and more to come.
We're going to be putting on a Dallas Cowboys mat. I'm hoping I can Photoshop it to look like the Bengals mat.
Well, we may not be able to do that, but I'll tell you what.
I can do anything with the computer.
In Texas, Cowboys rule. So excited to do some putting together.
Let's talk about what's in the box.
When you get your box, obviously slit it open here, you open it. What you're going to find right away is pictures, numbers 1 through 18. Pictures of the mat, all the different pieces, the accessories, and everything you can do with the mat, including drills and the games. I don't want it to just be ever boring. This is never boring. I putt every day. You want to get better? I have enclosed drills on right here for you to get better at these putts. And so once you take that out, you're going to be able to lift out the mat just like so. It's going to have a piece such like this with a backboard. And this only weighs 2 pounds. So literally, if you're on vacation anywhere and you want to putt, whether you have the deep hole or not, you literally could throw this up. It's that light. But I'm going to roll it out for you.
Tom's going to show us how easy it is to set this thing up. And I've got to say, guys, how small it is when you roll it up. And I don't know if he invented it because he's a genius, but this thing stays flat.
It does.
Out of the box. That thing's been rolled up how long, Tom?
3 months.
3 months.
Literally.
Perfectly flat. Yep. Not lying.
And then
it's pretty incredible.
Sharp.
And it's important to say this. I found out just not too long ago, just kind of recently, one speed or one way the mat rolls faster than the other side, meaning it has grain like a regular golf course. It's 11 going one way and 10 going the other. That's why there's now a hole in both sides. So you can practice slower or faster speeds.
So it's 11 on the stimp meter going the proper way?
Going actually this way.
Okay, so coming back.
This way. Yes.
10 on the stimp meter this way,
okay.
11 coming back. So about your average golf course, maybe a little fast, but if anything, harder to putt on faster greens for most people, and a good way to practice.
We didn't want, the average on tour, Tyler, is 12, and the average person is not prepared for that.
No, sir.
The country club is typically between 10 and 11. You put it then on a slope and it becomes almost 12. We want the average person to be able to putt on something that they could adjust to well, and then wherever they play, if the greens are slower or faster, it works out well. That's why finding out against the grain and with the grain both work.
Very cool. And putting holes on both sides.
Yes.
Also, for lazy people like Taylor and I that don't want to walk back and forth and hit the same putt.
Exactly. You can putt one way, literally take a step and take it back and turn around and putt the other way.
Fantastic for you, huh?
Don't group me in the lazy.
So we didn't quite show it, but the piece that comes in the box does.
There's a Velcro strip right here. That's not just for the backboard, but many other things. So if you have young kids and you want to contain the ball, put this on here. But there's more. Wait, there's more, Tyler. You can take this, slide it underneath, and create a small undulation. Easier on the floor than obviously in this court right here. But you can do that. You can also take it and practice your stroke by placing it on the carpet right here on the mat. And now the heel of my putter is on the black piece. So for a very short putt, I'm going to take it back very short like this and through. I'm not going to take it way in. So if you're the type that goes outside, this is for you. You can also put it the other way, where somebody who has the toe there, if they push it away, their putter goes on the outside. But a lot of people also do this. They get way inside, and before you know it, they block it to the right. So whichever issue you may have, place that piece there. Here you go, and take your putt and get lucky.
Velcro backstop. You don't have to buy another training aid. Obviously, something like this will work with a mirror or the Y golf putting thing, you know, for the mirror if you want to have a gate of your own. If not, Velcro does the job just fine.
And by the way, I have a gate for you. You want to really work on, we'll take this off, these other two pieces. This is a hole reducer. We put either in the deep hole or, watch this, we place it right here with the flat hole. My favorite putting, after I'm practicing firm putts a little bit uphill in the back of the cup, I want to practice something where I'm little short putts. Can I get it in that little short area here? And I just did. Whether it's that or just having it all the way out, can I die the ball in there? Most people really struggle with that. That's my encouragement to you, is not only putt fast that way, but now can you putt the ball dying as if it's a downhill putt? And you know if you do miss, you don't want to go 5, 6, 7 feet by. So this is the one you want to practice. Now, with all that, we have also the ability to create a gate. All we do is put it on the edge of the hash line, and the hash line, place the ball here. Can I putt it through? And I did.
Good putt.
I can also see where my putter is ending up. There's not much room in here, Taylor, as you know. And so right away, if I block or I pull, it's going to let me know. In fact, just to show our people at home, watch this. From this distance, I'm going to pull it. Ready? Watch. I hit it. It lets me know. And so it's important that you practice your stroke to the point where even you can get further away and hopefully still get through, which I just did.
Here's what I'll say, Tom. You invented and built this with the coaching mindset.
I did.
You've got built-in training aids that could be used for multiple things.
Multiple.
And, you know, you've got a gate. You have the Velcro backstop, which can be used as a gate for your putter. If you don't have a mirror, you don't have $100 to spend on a training aid with a putting mat. This comes with everything for how much?
These are $139. And you know, you watch some of the number one, the Perfect Practice putting mat. I think they started at $179, they're $159, all that. And congratulations to them. I wanted to make something a little different. I wanted something that you could also travel with. And what I've been told is when we do roll this up, and Taylor, you had a chance to hold it. It was only 2 pounds, right? Very, very, very light. Whether you take the accessories or not, take it on your trip wherever you go, to whatever golf course you play, and roll it out in your hotel.
If you've got a bad day putting and you're at a resort course, I wish I had this a few times.
Yeah, we have the perfect putting, I can't remember the name of it.
Perfect Practice putting mat.
The perfect practice putting mat, and that thing to even put up was a hassle. I could not even fold it up.
Yeah, and you know, I'll talk about this a little bit later, but the Perfect Practice putting mat and a few others have the ramp so that you get to come back, right? Whereas this one, you can putt from either side, and it's great.
And I want to be careful. Again, congratulations to the Perfect Practice putting mat, the man who made that. But I will say this: I wanted it a little bit more realistic. I wanted it to be to where it's not crazy up so much.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I wanted a smaller hole, so I have the hole reducer. Not only that, Tyler, but I love the fact that we can practice left, center, left edge putts, where you actually take the ball, whether you put it in the middle or even on the side here, and now you're looking at the left edge. You don't even want to notice that thing over there. And I blocked it. So that gives me
Good feedback.
Whatever, there we go. You may have every house where I have rolled this out, whether it's this much, may have some slant here and there. Notice it in your own house because the mat is perfect. If you notice that your mat goes a hair a little left to right, then practice those left to right putts. If a little right to left, practice the right to left putts. You'll know that when you lay it down on the floor at your house.
How about a little friendly competition? We've got 2 mats here.
Well, I want to tell them about the game, by the way, the football game.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Cowboys or any of the other mats you want to get, but there's a football game, so it's competitive. So how does this work? Well, if we played the easy version, it's with the deep cup. Let's just play it for a second easy, Taylor. Why don't you grab the other
Yeah,
putter?
how about you grab your putter? Get your putter. Let's get active. Let's get involved.
Uh-oh. I have not practiced my putting in a good minute.
We're about to have this at home, so now you are.
So what I've created, Tyler and Taylor, is this. From every foot, I've put I've put a football score. From 1 foot is an extra point. 2 feet is a safety. 3 feet is a field goal. 4 feet is a pick six. That's an interception return. 6 feet is a touchdown, as if you miss the extra point, so you get 6. 7 feet is a touchdown with the extra point. 8 is a touchdown plus a 2-point conversion. And then the game-winning field goal from 3 feet, which is worth 3 points. Add them all up, 36 points. Now, you want to play it the hardest version? If we did, it would be this. You got to stop it in there and take a putt. Even from a foot, Taylor, is hard. And you're going first.
So what Tom did was take that piece out to where
That's a long piece.
you cannot jam it.
You can't ram it in there.
You get to practice dying speed.
Exactly.
Or otherwise.
I'm about to ram it in there.
So I'm going to let Taylor go first, just from a foot, an extra point. And I want to remind her, as I used to teach her, make sure you're a square, girl.
Pressure's
1 foot,
on.
just to die it in there.
Oh my gosh.
So she went a bit hard.
Wow.
So now when I go, and she'll find this out, ready? So here I am. Okay, so I lead 1-0. She now takes one from 2 feet. From 2 feet, can she die it? Yes, for 2. You nervous?
Fist bump.
It's kicking in.
Very nervous.
You have the home field advantage.
I do. Okay, so I lead 3-2. We're now trying to field goal from 3 feet. 3-footers. These are huge. 99% pros make these. Taylor, how's the roll? Is it rolling nice?
Here, it rolls perfectly straight.
It's really good.
Also, while Tom is putting here, visual feedback too, right? 2 sides, line down the middle. You'll know pretty quickly from your peripheral vision if you're taking it inside or you're shoving the putter out.
And if the ball really jumps off the face to the right or left.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You will know very quickly.
So you have 5 and I have 6. Here we go. Pick 6 for 6 points. Gonna be a little short. Okay. By the way, Tyler, I want you to know 2 people and only 2 people have made all the putts with the flat hole. I call it the flat hole and the deep hole. Only 2 people. I happen to be one, and there's one other person, and he's actually connected to Patrick Mahomes, and he made every single putt and stopped it in this small area and dying. So it's very, very, very difficult, just so you know. All right, we are at the 6-footer for 6 points. We're bypassing the star.
I should have gotten a handicap or some strokes playing against you. Wow.
7 feet. Touchdown plus extra point.
So I'm down 6 points. No.
You are. You're
I'm
down.
12, 13
yes.
points.
Great putt. Ooh, good putt from 7 feet.
You can do 7 feet, but not 4 feet.
By the way, and doesn't it look like a mile?
It does.
It looks really long now.
Oh.
Didn't stay. Okay, we're at 8 feet.
I jinxed you in my head, coach.
Touchdown plus 2-point conversion.
So I'm now down 7.
7. You could take the lead here.
Oh.
Don't want to hit. Oh, no way.
Oh.
Oh, you got
That
the
was
wind. Had to be the wind. Go. Yes.
Oh.
Which means
So I
technically
lost.
it's over, but just so you know, you can always say, hey, let's just make the last putt the game-winning field goal. Let's see who wins the game-winning field goal. So you go first.
And I
Great
smashed it.
putt.
Oh.
Now, she knows if the hole were deep, that was going to go in. So why is it good practice? Because even though it didn't stay in the game version here, most likely it would have what? It would have stayed in the hole. Okay? And that's important.
Oh.
Yes. I know this. I love putting. For those who want to get better at putting, you can be a scratch handicapper and want to get better because pros on tour want to get better. I work with Tyler and Taylor, and they are accomplished, really, really good golfers. And there are things that I would tell them in their putting. Well, it's all now in this putting mat. These NFL mats that you can have a ball with and never get bored in practicing or competing, even by yourself, right? You can do this by yourself.
And with it being double-ended too, I mean, you and I could both technically be doing a race on each side.
We can do whatever you want, which is why we got the extra hole, which now makes it easier to also retrieve the golf balls.
This is special. It's very sharp.
This is great.
So before we head out for the day, we've got some great tips and everything about the mat. Let's talk about breaking this down.
When you break it down, it's so simple. Put these pieces back together, the Velcro piece, these two that fit in the hole, and leave it right by itself, and pick up the mat from either end and just start rolling with the mat part out. And before you know it, it takes about 30 seconds.
This is if you're running out of space in the man cave, don't want the wife to be tripping over it, you know.
And I promise you, like I've told everybody, is what's neat is you want to take it someplace, literally it weighs 2 pounds. And so with that, we place it on the foam piece, like so, and we go back into the box, and it's done.
Tom, it was a pleasure, sir.
My pleasure.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you walking
Thank
us
you,
through
Tyler.
it. Very
Thank you,
excited to
Taylor.
have this at the house. And maybe I'll get better at putting.
Let me know if anybody wants to compete.
All right, guys, we are filming this in the comfort of our own home today. So we're in the living room. Now that we've had a few days with the putting mat, after filming with Tom at DSP here in town, I've had a few days to roll a bunch of putts and had some feedback and some other thoughts, but also kind of want to show you guys what it's like to putt into the deep hole using the insert that comes inside of the box. When we were filming with Tom, we did not use the insert. It is a little bit harder because you have to die the putt in the hole, obviously at perfect speed. If not, it'll bounce out. So I think that's something Tom wanted to do to have fun with Taylor in the game that she played earlier in the video with Mr. Covino. I've got the mat behind me. We're gonna roll some putts. One caveat and disclaimer, our living room floor is not completely flat. We do have tile, and so sometimes it'll get in the groove. I have set up the mat on the middle of one of these. However, we do have some grooves going along on the mat. So if it doesn't roll perfectly, I promise it's the floor, not the mat. Here's how I've had this thing set up. We're gonna be at 4 feet today. I do wish that was the Cincinnati Bengals logo right there. Maybe I can Photoshop this. One of the great things about this mat is Tom built this with putting in mind. And here's how I have this set up with the foam backplate that is technically supposed to go on the back of this. I do have set up kind of as a gate for myself, and you can see I don't have much room for error there because it is something that I struggle with, taking the putter to the inside, so instant feedback. And then one thing that we didn't really talk about, this line right here, obviously you're gonna be setting the ball up slightly in front of that. This helps put the putter down square every single time. This is something that I realized when I got home. I was setting my putter pretty much dead shut. Wasn't completely square, so that's complete instant feedback. As you can see, the putter goes directly on the line. Seeing your putter lined up with lines while you're practicing is extremely important. So let's roll some putts. So another fun little setup thing, I actually struggle with keeping the putter open through impact. I kind of, sometimes I won't keep the face square. And so what I've done with the other foam insert here is set it on the outside, because if I leave the putter face open, I'm definitely going to be hitting that. So instant feedback with the foam inserts. So let's roll some putts. And I don't know about you guys, but I think I could do this all day long. Pretty rewarding, and you don't have to be outside in the sun. Here in Texas, obviously it gets hot in the summertime. It's not the best or most fun to practice putting in the afternoons when I can after work. So this is This is extremely satisfying, but also, you know, I noticed that I putt better this weekend because I was setting up on my putter completely shut. And this helps me kind of keep that check, instant feedback. And the line to set your putter up square is something that told me pretty quickly that I was setting up on my putter short. So, you know, it's helped me a lot with my setup over the last few days. Took that a little inside. I did hit the foam, complete feedback. Much better. I think our floor is a little slanted here, so it's breaking slightly left, but I'm starting it on my line. But yeah, this is how I've had this set up. I've been doing this from about 4 to 6 feet. You know, shorter putts is where I struggle with my stroke the most, probably, just like anybody. I haven't really gone any further with this gate than 4 to 6 feet. Easy to set up every single time. Fantastic. So something else that I've actually really enjoyed doing the last few days is setting up a gate drill for myself, but with the actual golf ball. So being able to fit something through there, giving myself a little bit of margin for error, right? Because the golf hole is that wide for a reason. So I've got about, I would say, half a ball margin here. I'm gonna hit some putts from 6 feet, and obviously if I'm getting that, I'm getting instant feedback. If I'm able to roll that through, can kind of mimic the gate drill here. Something I've been having fun with lately. All right, so I'm actually gonna make this a little smaller. It almost feels too easy at the moment, so I'm gonna make it even harder. We'll see how we do. That's another thing too, by the way, guys. This line here is perfect to set up a golf ball, and you've got about a quarter of the ball. So for my gate here, I have them set on the outside of these lines. Perfect gate drill. This is gonna be even harder. Okay, I actually got that one through. It's getting dialed, boys. Oh, how good is that roll? How good is that roll? Let's go back to 8 feet. There we go. I took that outside. I saw it with the line. Now we know what we're practicing after we stop filming this video. See, I even hit that one, but hey, got through there, didn't affect the roll much. Probably making that on the golf course. There you go. All right, so some final comments and feedback. Matt's great. Absolutely pure roll, guys. A lot of things you can do with what quite literally are pieces of foam. You can get a lot out of. Stack this on top of your putting mirrors, putting gates, whatever it is that you do to be able to practice putting. The mat rolls pure. 10 on the step meter going the way that I was putting just now. 11 going the other way if you do want to putt going back and forth and do whatever you can do. You know, you can make gates out of all these. Comes with something half moon to make the cup smaller if you're trying to give yourself a fun little challenge. Head over to skillputts.com, guys. Only 4 NFL teams right now, quite pretty much 4 of the most popular. Tom and the team say they do have more on the way. If you do want to spend money, which I highly encourage you, give it a shot. We do have a discount code to get 10% off to support the channel as well. Code is in the description with the link for the website. Code is TNT10. Get 10% off. Support Taylor and I. And yeah, enjoy fun putting practice, not sweating outside, having to put sunscreen on. Do it in the comfort of your own home. But guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you guys soon in the next video. Peace.